Well, hello and welcome to Facebook Live, everyone. My name is Dan Vasquez, and with me today, I have my amazing co-host, Bill Ascalillo. And our special guest today is Jesus Vargas from CND Tires and Auto Repair, located in Orlando, Florida. And then last but not least, we also have joining us today, Kimberly Gonzalez, one of our fantastic business consultants who just happens to be Jesus's consultant as well. It's almost as if we planned it that way. So welcome everybody, and thank you for being here. Gosh, we have so much to talk about. Jesus is such a just a well-rounded person. We got so many topics we could talk about. So I thought we would dive right in. Jesus, if you don't mind, give us a little bit of your background about your shop.
Sure, definitely. Well, like you said, I'm in Orlando, Florida. We have been serving the Central Florida community going on 17 years this upcoming January. This shop has been under my control since about 2013. My father first opened this up with the help of my grandfather, and then they eventually entrusted it to me at the ripe young age of 23 years old. And yeah, we've been here ever since. We started off as a small operation, just focusing on tires and oil changes, simple things, and we've grown to a full service auto repair shop throughout all those years.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. And Kimberly, how long have you two been working together now with Drive?
So Jesus and I have been working together about maybe not 8, 9 months or so that Jesus and I started working together. He has been a Drive client since, and this part Jesus, it's since 2023.
End of 22. End of
Okay.
22.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So, an amazing fun fact about Jesus is that not only do you own a repair shop, but you're actually an accountant as well, and you own an accounting firm as well. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, I have owned an accounting firm since the end of 20, no, midway through 2020 is when I had my accounting firm. I have a bachelor's in accounting and I have a master's degree in accounting and finance. So I have the flexibility to manage both of those businesses. I have great employees at both of the businesses, which help me do that. And it also, obviously, with all the information I'm gaining from Drive and my accounting knowledge, it helps me run both of those businesses the best they can financially.
That's fantastic. And then you're also a technician. I mean, I don't know how you found time to do all of these things, but you're also you also know how to fix
Do you
stuff
ever
too, right?
sleep?
Like you fix cars, right? Yeah. 20 hours he works, 4 hours he sleeps, right?
Every Everybody always tells me where do I find the time. I tell
Yeah.
them we all have the same 24 hours. It's I don't know, it's something that's been instilled with me by my father, man. It's just work hard. As much as you can, take care of your family. I take pride in that. The oldest of four siblings, and I try to set the best example I can for all of my siblings. One of them, which works with me, my sister, came on with me 3 years ago, going on 3 years ago. Um, and setting the best example for my daughter as well. Just want to put the best foot forward for everybody that counts on me.
That's awesome. So I'm told, if I understand right, your sister is your service advisor. Is that right?
Yeah, service advisor, office manager.
Got it.
She makes sure all the dollars are being accounted for.
Right, right. Very good. And then you have three technicians, and then so does that mean that are you working on cars at all yourself, or are you kind of out of the shop now?
I am proud to say that this week I just hired a new service advisor. He started Monday. So I've been able to stand back a little bit more this week, and I really don't know what to do with myself at this point. Um, I'm kind of walking around the shop, making sure everybody's okay, seeing if they need anything from me, hoping they need something from me so I can keep myself entertained for a little while. But yeah, just playing more of my supervisor role and making sure everything's running the way it's supposed to, correcting anybody if it makes mistakes, and I mean if they make mistakes, and yeah, I'm actually trying to settle in and find my new role. I guess my new role here, or maybe just actually be an owner now.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure Kimberly is helping with that as well.
Yep,
I'm
she's
pushing
definitely.
for it. Yeah, I'm pushing
Mhm.
for it. Not too long ago. I mean, Jesus is a great technician too, right? And he can turn some hours, and it is definitely, I think, a little bit challenging for him to be able to step back and let everyone else do it. I mean, just not too long ago, they were short staffed, so he was excited to jump in the back. He did. I think you turned what, 20 hours in 2 days, right? And he's very excited about it. But my thing is always, we want this guy to turn less hours, right? Everyone else, we're looking at increasing production, and for Jesus to start not have to be in the back. And I know that's a struggle for him, but he has a great team both in the front and in the back, where now he's able to take on, that owner role in the shop.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And yeah, one of the best things that you can do when you do kind of get to that point is not to meddle too much and not to get out there and push the guys out of your way so you can turn hours, which is really tempting to do, right? When you come from that technical background.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're definitely correct.
it's a struggle. Even here in the office, I'm making sure like are tickets being created the way I would create them, or are they talking to the customer the way I would talk to the customer? But I'm just trying to step back, play my role, and let things pan out and correct as needed.
Awesome, awesome. Well,
Best feeling you can have is when you're in the way. When you're an owner and you're in the way with everybody,
yeah.
am I in your way? Great. No problem. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be over here taking a nap in my office. It's the best feeling in the world.
It
So my
is.
my best technician that he's been with me for like 12 years, he'll be the one to tell me to go somewhere. He'll tell me don't touch anything, don't look at me, leave me alone, go somewhere. And it's it's because he doesn't want me to, he doesn't want me to do anything I don't need to be doing. He wants to be able to handle things himself out there, because he's essentially like he's my lead tech. He's kind of like the shop manager. He calls out the guys whenever he needs to, and he's the first one to tell me go back in the office.
Perfect, perfect. He's definitely filling his role then. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And then Kate kicked him out of the office too. He's like, "Where do I go?"
Yeah,
yeah.
like I said, I feel like this week I've been kind of sitting at my laptop, clicking around for a little while, then walking back outside, looking for something to do, coming back into my laptop, and it's an endless cycle this week.
Kind of take a moment, you look around going, this is my shop, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
can be where I
yeah.
want, correct, guys? This is my shop.
Today was the first day there was like a little mini fire that I felt like I needed to put out, but it got resolved. It got resolved.
Good for you, though. Good for you. You're in a great position, it sounds like.
I'm trying to stay in this position, or learn more from this position as of right now. Trying to, like I said, find my place again.
Very good, very good. Well, listen, we have more hidden talents of yours to talk about, but before we do, I want to hear a little bit more about the shop. So my understanding, certification wise, you got the professional certification. Was that last year?
Professional was, well,
This year,
no,
for
yeah,
this
this year.
expo.
This year,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Hmm.
And then you're on your way to master for next year. Is that correct? That's what I'm being told.
Fingers crossed, as long as I do everything on that list.
I'm quite certain that you got it covered. Also, by the way, Mariah is watching, and forgive me if I pronounce the name wrong, but Daisy or DC, maybe you could help me with that.
That's Daisy. That would be my mother. And
Ah,
if it's the Mariah I'm thinking about, it's probably one of my cousins. So hello, hello.
yeah, awesome, awesome.
Hey, guys.
Well, I know that you've got those. I know that you've got master handled. I know that's not gonna be a problem for you. Financially, I've heard good things that you're doing good at the shop. Things are going fine. Are you looking to have a better year this year than last year, I hope?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Last year was a little bit of a lull for us. Not horrible. But we are definitely gonna jump up. Still a little bit short of my goal of 1 million, but you know, God willing, next year we'll be able to hit that goal, or maybe pass that goal.
We're gonna
There
pass it.
you
You're
go.
gonna pass it. You're gonna exceed the goal.
Yeah, I don't think Kimberly's gonna take no for an answer, buddy. I think you're gonna
Nah,
have
she doesn't.
to.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
No, and I try to help with keeping him busy with actually now that he doesn't have as much time to, get in the way in the shop. Jesus will also be one of our instructors at Drive, which is really cool, as well. So Jesus, I don't want to take over that. I'll let you speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, as if, like you guys said before, as if I didn't have enough on my plate. Yeah, I decided to help teach fellow shop owners. As of right now, I'm on the schedule to teach the first ever master workshop in Spanish, essentials of shop management in Spanish. I also teach some other master workshops and some small action workshops. Hopefully planning to do some in English as well, since I can defend myself pretty well in both languages. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. Going over the material with the man Tony, and he's getting me trained up. He's teaching me everything I need to know. I'm excited to be prepared for it for December 9th. December 9th should be the first master workshop that we're giving in Spanish.
I love it. That's exciting, and what a gift to drive that is, to have you doing that. And I'm sure,
fantastic.
yeah, and I'm sure with your background and everything, I'm sure you're going to do a great job. And it's like I said, it's a huge value to the automotive community and to our clients to have that option to be able to train in Spanish like that. Hey, Bill, did you have any questions or anything you wanted to talk to Jesus about while we've got him in the hot seat?
Absolutely. I was figuring if, considering you may have like a spare 10 minutes every day, I didn't know if you're going to try to become a medical doctor also, or possibly an astronaut, or I didn't know, it sounds like you may have a spare 20 minutes every day, because you're not going to sleep. So I didn't know if you were going to try to go for anything else. Because you're doing fantastic so far. I'm not saying that with all the love and kidding in the world, but you're doing such a fantastic job with everything. I just figured I didn't know if you're going to try to work those in or not.
Well, as long as everything stays on track here, bringing on the new service advisor has definitely taken a lot off my plate. And just making sure if I get two of my other technicians trained up as well as I can, maybe not at the level of my lead tech, that's going to take quite a while. But as long as I can get them trained up and continue on the route that they're going, I should have plenty of free time during the day. That's the plan, at least. So I already told them I can't be interrupted during drive meetings anymore. I definitely can't be interrupted during those classes I'm giving. Those are 3 hours that I need to be focused on drive. I'm excited about that. And yeah, no, hopefully, you never know. Maybe I might go get a medical degree with the spare time that the service advisor is giving me. I don't know.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's great. It's a lot of guys don't understand the value of their executive time. And now that you're starting to get it and you can actually be an owner, most guys, I bet you a lot that are listening to us right now, they're saying there's no time to be an owner. They're trying to work the business and all that sort of thing. And it's tough, and, right now you're a shining example of how it can be done, and you're doing a fantastic job with it, my friend. Seriously.
Well, I will give a lot of credit to Drive, the team over at Drive, all of you guys, Kim. You guys force us to learn how to make that time. With action workshops during business hours and master workshops during business hours and coaching sessions during business hours. It was something that I really struggled with understanding. How I was going to make time for it, especially when I first started with Drive. It was me as the service advisor and the owner and problem solver with 3 technicians, no help inside the office. And then we were able to upgrade. We were able to find, I was able to bring my sister on the year after I started with Drive. I told my family I need help in the office. I need help to, continue to run my business. And my sister Caitlin, she stepped up to the plate, not having a lick of experience in the automotive game. And she came in, she changed the office, she changed it big time. She got rid of paper, Dan. I know you can appreciate that one.
Oh yeah.
I had notebooks, I had composition notebooks and steno pads. This is where I kept track of all the daily sales. She came in and put me on Excel sheets, even though I was using Excel at home for my accounting business. I couldn't fathom using Excel at the shop to keep track of my finances. So she got rid of all that. I still keep those notebooks as memories, though, to remember the old days. And
Nice.
she definitely changed things up here big time, and she has a major role in the shop now. She's, everybody calls her, we call her the boss. I'm not the boss anymore. Everybody calls her the boss.
That's the best part about it. Having a person that's going to teach something like essentials of shop management that can do it bilingually, that actually has real world experience, that is going to open so many doors for so many people. You probably won't even be able to quantify it into a number. It's going to help so much because it's great. It's great having a teacher and all that sort of thing. But there's a lot of clients out there that, need to simply have it done in Spanish because it's going to help them better. They're going to understand it easier. The information will flow and land better. And you being able to accomplish that for us, I couldn't thank you anymore. It's gonna be great for all those people out there. And there's a lot of people that need that. And it's just going to really help a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we see it firsthand here with even a few of my technicians. I could explain it to the end of the world to them in English, but they first language is Spanish, and if you tell them in the way that they understand, then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." So it's language barrier. A lot of things definitely go missed in certain language barriers. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to help somebody else out, and will help more than just one person out understand their business a little bit better.
So if you don't mind me asking, without diving too deep into it, I'd love to know, how are you doing your main things like digital vehicle inspections and all that? Have you got that all converted over to Spanish? Or are they trying to learn it on the English version? I just want to ask that. I was kind of curious to how that works because a lot of guys out there aren't sure how to handle that.
No, I mean, for the most part, everything here is in English. Two of my employees, yeah, their first language is Spanish, but they do speak English very well. It's more like sometimes when I'm talking to them, sometimes, maybe helping them out on a diagnostic, just breaking the electrical things down for them in Spanish, because that's how they know it, or just walking them through the steps of how I would have handled a diagnostic in Spanish. Sometimes it just works out better that way, because that's, my brain thinks in English first and Spanish second. Their brain thinks in Spanish first and English second. So it's just, sometimes you just got to bridge the gap. There might just be one word that you need to say in Spanish that'll end up bridging the gap, and then they understand the whole thing.
Interestingly, I have a fair amount of shops myself. I do what Kimberly does all day long, and I have a fair amount of shops where it's mixed like that. And a lot of the owners will say, well, how do I do that balance? Where should I do that balance? Should I be primary on one side, the other, or how do I help that and bridge that gap? And it can be a little challenging. And, that's kind of why I brought that up. I'm hoping that anybody listening out there right now, or paying attention to this Facebook Live, can get some information to help them attack it in the best way that's going to work for everybody,
Yeah. Yeah, I found myself, even with, like, we have a really, really big Hispanic client base, Spanish from all around the world. And I've even found, we still send like the inspections of DVI, just send them over in English, but we have a tendency with those clients that we know that definitely don't speak as English as well as us. We'll give them a call. We'll walk them through the pictures. We'll walk them through everything step by step, just because we know that gap is there. And they end up feeling, they feel like you're taking a little bit more care of them in that sense, because you're taking the time out to break everything down one by one. We do have a couple of Spanish messages that are like templates for us that will prepare them for what they're about to see, so they're not just receiving something in English and then they open it up and then they have no clue what they're looking at. But yeah, there are a few things that we do have set up in Spanish for our mainly Spanish speaking customers, and it helps, but we still put that time to the side to make sure that they understand what they're looking at.
Great.
I love that. Hey, Bill, I think we're coming up at that time of the show where I think we're about ready for our station break.
Oh, absolutely. Next week, we're going to be speaking to Deb Blacklock and Chuck Eglin of Consult Auto Care of Albany, New York, and their coach, Roxy. And they're going to talk about how they have built a fantastic reputation about honesty and quality and community trust and transparency. So it'll be really great to hear how they've attacked that and how their clients, it's landed with their clients and how they went about it. So it'll be real interesting next week to see what they have to say.
Thanks, Bill. That's gonna be a great show for sure. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, Jesus. We're not done with you yet, though. So, no, all good stuff. All good stuff. So, real quick, Daisy does say good job. So just so you know. And then one thing I wanted to ask you about, I heard that just recently you guys closed down on Saturdays. That you used to be open Saturdays, and I was curious what prompted that and how scary it was, and kind of how it's going now that you've done it.
Yeah, so Saturday has been I guess you could say, an internal battle with myself for years now. When we first opened, we were just a tire shop. We were actually open 7 days a week. Not everybody was working 7 days. Um, it was just, taking turns. We all took our turns with Sundays and everything. Um, but then we slowly progressed to 6 days a week, and that was every week for I can't even remember how long. And then I don't know. I want to say a handful of years ago, maybe we did alternating Saturdays, and I felt like I've been taking baby steps towards Saturday, but I'd still been struggling with closing Saturday. I was still struggling with the idea, but it got to the point where, well, we came back from Vegas this year. I came back extremely motivated after leaving the expo this year. And yeah, I just pulled the band-aid. I ripped the band-aid off. I said, yeah, we're not going to open Saturday. There was one Saturday we had to get through because we already had appointments scheduled.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to, after that, I ripped the band-aid off. We actually used a few Saturdays. I told them, hey, we're going to be closed to the public, but we're going to improve the shop as much as we can. We're going to do
Oh,
some
nice.
reorganizing. We did a major restructure to the office to be able to make space for a new service advisor. So that plan was in my head. It was just finding somebody.
Yeah.
And then we also did some cleaning up in the shop. We actually, between me and my three guys, we actually threw a concrete slab in the back of the shop between us one Saturday to create more outside storage. I got that idea from one of the I believe he won Sustain Master Elite this year, but he did his concrete slab and outside construction on a way bigger scale than I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely needed that to free up some space and just to create a more efficient workflow inside the shop.
So it sounds like closing down on Saturdays gave you some time to do some of the things that you weren't having time to do.
Yeah.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the sky didn't fall, right? Like business is still going good. Everything's going to be all right.
Not yet. It hasn't fallen yet. I mean, I feel like the other Saturday I looked at it, it was a little bit lower, but it's still up there. It's still up there.
The best thing about that is the quality of life that you're starting to give the employees. The best thing about that, the attribute that's the best is that it's going to help you attract other employees if you need them. You know what I mean? It's, if and when you come to that spot where you need to grow a little bit more, it's things like that jump off a resume more than money does, to some people. And it just,
Definitely.
makes people happier there. The quality of work skyrockets the happier employees are. It's just a fantastic idea. Financially, if it's supportive, it's a great idea.
I'm hoping it stays this way and I don't have to rethink Saturdays, even though I'll probably I don't know. I still think about Saturdays, but like for example, tomorrow we're not working, but we're technically working because we have an event we're all going to. Festival that's out here in Orlando, and we're gonna work the event, but it's also a nice event for the guys to just hang out. But we're gonna go out there wearing CND tires gear and kind of market the shop. We have a booth there, so we're all gonna take turns manning the booth, and then so it's a work slash fun day for us tomorrow. So at least
Awesome.
if we were open Saturdays, we wouldn't be able to do that. We wouldn't be able to market the business in that kind of event.
And
Yeah,
It'll
Jesus,
be great team building.
yeah, I think you do a lot of events and you are involved in your community. Could you speak on that a little bit? I know with Orlando Weekly, with the Chamber of Commerce, you're very involved in those. So I'd love for everyone else to hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, so with Orlando Weekly, that's one of their events that they're throwing tomorrow. It's a local magazine, a local free magazine that's out here that's been out here for a long time, and we've been blessed to be nominated the best auto repair shop in Orlando by them for 4 years. Um, three years back to back. So we won it in 2018, 2023, 2024, and 2025. And I'm also part of a local chamber of commerce here that I've been with for the past 2 years. And thanks to some great advice by my coach, I've been doing a lot of community outreach this year. I've always wanted to do a workshop for women to help them learn about their car and, learn how to just, check fluids, check your tire pressure, know where your spare tire is, your battery, things like that. We were able to do that this year. We did that in early May. It was a completely free event. We had a local food vendor come out and feed everybody. We had some raffles. It was a great event. There was about 50 people out here, maybe about 15 to 20 women that had signed up for the workshop. And then, just all, some other customers and family was out here. It was a really good event. And this month, actually, we are going to be feeding some less fortunate families here for Thanksgiving who cannot afford to provide, a full Thanksgiving meal for their family. So we were just starting out with 2 families, and we had so much outreach that we're probably projected to feed about 10 families this year. That we've been able to partner up with the same local restaurant that fed us for the women's workshops called Mission Barbecue. They're gonna be helping us feed anywhere between 5 to 10 families this Thanksgiving as well.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. What a great
That is
service
awesome.
to the community, and that stuff, it pays back tenfold. It pays back in karma, in the a job well done for the community, and then also it's a great way to promote your shop and what you're doing. So good job on that.
Yeah,
And it takes
it's
time. It's
fantastic.
another time investment, right? Not just money, but time. So again, we're down to 5 minutes now. We're gonna sleep each night. Right?
Astronaut, medical doctor, philanthropist,
Um,
you've got to have 25 hours in your day. Otherwise, this just mathematically isn't working.
yeah.
Well, when the clocks just recently went back, I was really thriving that day. I had an extra hour. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you kept the hour, right? You're like, no.
but yeah,
Uh,
it's been this year's been on an uptick, and we've been doing all the right things, and Coach Kim has had great ideas for us this year. He pushed me out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone was behind the counter, and now I'm not there anymore. So let's see how it goes.
yeah, that's great. Good job, Kim. It's tough, right? It's tough to get us stubborn shop owners out of our own way sometimes.
But
So good job, Kim.
I will say for Jesus, I know that there have been a lot of things that, you're like, do I really want to do this? But Jesus is just so diligent on, we talk about something, and if he says he's going to do it, he does it. Even if he doesn't love the idea of hiring a service advisor and not, being in the front as much. He's so good at just getting things done and, trusting me really to do those things.
That's so great. It really is a big deal, right? Just being open and willing to make changes. And sometimes you can't see the light at the end of that tunnel, but just trusting in the process, trusting your business consultant. So, and look at how it's paying off. I mean, it really is paying off big time. So, guys, I can't believe how fast time is flying by. We just got about a
Oh,
minute
wow.
and a half left. I told you it was going to go quick, right?
Yeah.
So before we do go, Jesus, is there anything that you wanted to tell everybody out there about your shop, about your relationship with Drive, how it's helped you, anything at all? I just want to give you an opportunity to speak.
Well, just in case, my team does watch this a little bit later, because they're all out there working on their cars, I just want to say thank you to all of them. Thank you for allowing me the time to sit here and do this interview and speak a little bit about my shop, because I do love to speak about my shop because it's mine. Um, and because I'm probably going to post this on my shop's Facebook page later. If any of my customers do see this, thank you for all your support. For my family that's watching right now, thank you for all the support as well. And thank you to Drive. Drive has definitely pushed my shop to a level where I couldn't imagine it could be. I like to give myself a little bit of credit in my diligence, as Kim said as well. But yeah, it's been a great journey since we've been open in 2009. Since 2022, since I've been with Drive, it's been great. And I want to thank you guys for that as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on today, Jesus. It's been great talking to you, getting to know you even better. Thanks, Kimberly. Thanks, Bill. What a great show. Everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, we're back next week with Deb Blacklock and Chuck Eglin of Consult Auto Care. So until then, have a great week, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.